Judging by the global market reaction to the two agreements between OPEC to reduce production and the oil producing countries from outside OPEC to reduce also production, a total of almost 1.8 million barrels, the reaction was very positive. The prices have gone up at one time to $58 a barrel. Today it's 57, I think. When they start to execute the reduction in January 2017, I expect before the end of this year that prices could go up to $60 a barrel, either by the end of this year or the start of next year.
Are you talking about WTI or BNO, the Brent? Brent or WTI?
I'm talking about Brent. You can take $2 out and you get the price for the WTI. Once we have done that, by the second half of next year, I expect prices to reach $70 a barrel, if not more, if the global demand for oil continues as strong as it is now. You might ask me, how do you guarantee that they will cut production? I think there is no guarantee except all the oil members of OPEC and outside OPEC have suffered quite a lot in their economies and the loss of their income, and that will be the guarantee for them to never repeat the same mistake and try to abide by the agreement to reduce production.
You have said previously that Saudi Arabia has made the mistake of upping its production and dumping excess oil in the market. How much did that cost it over the past 2 years and going forward?
Saudi Arabia, I don't want to appear as if I am attacking their policy, but I believe as an expert that their policy was wrong, because it was tested in 1980 when Sheikh Ahmed Zaki Yamani, the former Saudi oil minister, flooded the oil market to the extent of 10 million barrels a day to find that the price collapsed to $10. Eventually he lost his job because of that. And then came 2014 and Mr. Ali Noaimi repeated the same policy, and again it proved wrong. And the cost to Saudi Arabia and the OPEC members and the GCC countries and the global economy as a whole was horrendous. You are talking in trillions of dollars in terms of investment, loss to the oil industry and loss to the oil producing economies of the oil producing countries. Luckily, they now reverse this policy. Ali Noaimi lost his job like Sheikh Yamani. I hope Mr. Khalid Al-Faleh is bright enough to continue with this current policy, which is creating some sort of rapprochement inside OPEC, especially with Iran. If that happens and they continue, I think we will see that there will be positive results in Syria, in Yemen, and in the Arab Gulf.
Okay, and the last question is that you said over the past 2 years, since 2014, Saudi Arabia has lost over $160 billion in excess oil prices?
In 1 year, they lost more than $163 billion as price differences. Remember that Saudi Arabia produces 10 million barrels a day, from which it exports around 7 million barrels. If you take the difference in prices between the oil price in 2014 and now, you calculate it and you come to a figure of $163 billion. Saudi Arabia was the biggest loser because of its own policy. However, with the steep decline of oil prices, there were no winners whatsoever, all of them losers, even China, who benefited a bit initially from the low oil price to buy more oil. But China is an integral part of the global economy. When the global economy declines in the rate of growth, Chinese exports decline and their economic growth declines.